Hey guys, this date. I'm going to be bringing you another video on my channel. Today we're going to be doing a FIFA video about my BPL Team of the Season predictions. So I know you'll have seen a lot of this on YouTube, but Team of the Season is just around the corner now. Most people reckon it's going to be coming out on the 6th of May, but they've delayed it because of coin sellers and such. But yeah, so in this video you're going to see my starting 11 predictions. If I've left a player out, that doesn't mean he won't get a Team of the Season. And it's just my personal opinion based on stats, and the cards don't really reflect how I think they've played. And I have messed up the ratings on a couple of them, but yeah. So yeah, I suppose we'll jump into the first set of players, which will be the goalkeeper. So first up we have the goalkeeper. So in this position, I think it's pretty obvious. I've chosen David De Gea. So it was really only a choice between him and maybe a few of the less keepers, but I think he's the reason why Man United are as far up the table as there is. I know they're slipping now, 3 losses on the bounce or whatever, but yeah, that card, if it is something like similar to that, it looked very nice. He's actually got quite a few informs, which is why his rating's so high. But I think he's one of the best reflex keepers. Like, I say Courtois is better, but not this season. De Gea's done better, but Courtois reads the game a little bit better, and he predicts, I don't know, he has to make less really good saves because he's got better defence in front of him, whereas De Gea's reflexes are just insane, and he makes some of the best saves I've actually seen in football like this season. So like, that's why I've given him the 96 reflexes, and he's actually had 10 clean sheets, which I think is 3rd highest, and that's not bad considering he hasn't really had a defence. Man United just, yeah, there's just not much in the defensive category. So, yeah, so let's move on to the midfield. Not the midfield, what am I saying? To the... Oh, I've gone for the life of me now. Defence. So, next up we have the defence. So, I've gone with the classic 4-4-2 because I felt like there should be a right back and a left back, even though I have 2 right backs. But, yeah, this is a very one-sided team, I think. But yeah, so first up we have, I'll start from the left, we have Nathaniel Klein. He's actually a right back, but I'm playing him as left back so I can have Ivanovic in the team. He has actually had like a really solid breakthrough season for Southampton, and Southampton have a talent for developing really good young players. Like, I think they have Bale, Ramsey, Walcott, loads of other players, and like Klein, Bertrand, Lallana. It's just really well. So I think that that card looks very nice if it actually happens. He's got good pace and he's good physical and then good defence. It's basically all you need in a right back. Yeah, and he did actually get an upgrade from silver to gold, which enables him to get like a gold team of the season. And he's actually got 2 goals and just had a really solid season. So next up we have John Terry. He's I don't know, I think he's been in every team of the season for ages. Every BPL team of the season. I can't say I'm going to be using it, even if I can afford it, because that 45 pace, yeah, he's not really going to work against Dumbia. But, yeah, I know, it just looks really solid card. He's actually scored 4 goals, and I think he's played in almost every single game, which means he's played in most of their clean sheets. And if you look at, I'm denied over putting Cahill in, but if you look at the record with Terry, and then without, it's just mental, which is a similar story with my next player, which is Koscielny. I've actually messed up the rating on him, so don't worry. I didn't actually mean the 82. You can see I've actually changed his stats, but yeah, if you look at his record, my phone's just going off. If you look at his record, Arsenal's record with him and then without him, it's just like a lot better. And I think where Mertesacker was often the main defender, he's almost stepped up into the role. And it's useful to have a quick centre-back. And finally, we have Ivanovic, who I just think he's had a really good season. He's been like a staple of Jose Mourinho's team, and he's like just done really well. He's done well in the Champions League. I think he got a goal against Chelsea. He's actually got about 5 in total. And not only the fact that he's got 5 goals, but he actually got some really important goals. And he's also got 4 assists from the crosses, which is nice. I think he'll have quite a high cross stat. But, yeah, so now we're going to move on to the midfield. So, now we move on to the slightly more arguably interesting So midfield. So this is where we have all the big boys coming out in Hazard and Sanchez, and even that Matic card looks like that. And as of recording this, I have just realised that Fabregas, I've had him as 85 rated. He probably should be closer to 89. But yeah, so we'll start on the left again from Alexis Sanchez. He's actually had I don't think anyone could have predicted how good of a season he has had coming from Barcelona. Kind of always outshone by the other talents that they have there, but he just had a really good season in the BPL. He's actually the highest scoring midfielder and the joint assists he's got 8 assists and 14 goals. 8 assists, which is joint with Hazard, and 14 goals, which is actually one more than Hazard. But yeah, I think he'd have because he's a quick player, and predominantly he's actually played on the left wing, even though his normal card is a right wing. I just feel he'll have really good dribbling and like really quick and like a good shot and good pass. Like, it's a really good card. It's expected to be probably going for about 1.5 million if EA do the team of the season price range is right. And despite being quite a little player, he's actually got I think he should actually have really good physical because he doesn't get knocked down very easily. And so next we move on to probably the easiest decision. Of the two midfield players, which was Cesc Fabregas. He's actually just had a really good return to the BPL, and he's had 17 assists, which is most out of anyone. So obviously it helps when you've got Diego Costa banging in everything you feed him. But yeah, I don't know. I didn't expect him to do as well for Chelsea as he did for Arsenal. Partly just because I just still think he's an Arsenal player, to be honest. But yeah. He's actually the first ever player to reach 15 assists in 2 separate seasons, which is a really good achievement. Like that 95 pass, I think I might have done a bit overkill on that, but if you've got the most assists in the BPL, you've got to have the best passing. So yeah, next up we have Matic. He's just a really good player. Like, he's really strong, physical, and he's just been a really good help to Chelsea's season. Not much more to say regarding Matic. And next up we have Hazard. He's actually got the 8 assists and 13 goals. And I think he's only 24, and it's easy to forget how young he is and how influential he's been this season. I think he deserves that 93 rating because he's actually got the 89 in form that came out the other week, which actually blew his chances of the most consistent without an inform. But yeah, I think he'll have higher pace but less dribbling than Sanchez. And a slightly worse shot because he's not scored. Well, he scored as many goals, but he's not. Well, he scored like one less goal. But and actually, he scored a goal today as of recording this, which is the Sunday. So I suppose he's level now. But yeah, so now we're going to move on to the strikers. So finally moving on to the strikers, we have Harry Kane and Diego Costa. So first, if we take Diego Costa. He's actually got 90, I rated him 91. He's got good pace, which is only the thing that I think that he lacks from his main card. He's got good dribbling, like a really good shot and really good physical. So I think he's one of the most physical players, if not strikers, if not players in the whole of the BPL. And so next we have Harry Kane. I think he's just, what is he, like 20 something? And I've actually met him. And yeah... He's just had a really good breakthrough season for Tottenham. He's the reason why Tottenham aren't 7th, 8th. The thing Tottenham have always lacked is that outlet, and he's provided it. And if he goes, then that'll be really bad for them. But I think, I'm not quite, looking back on the ratings, I'm not quite sure about the 90 shot, but I think this will somewhat be his card next year, maybe with a bit less physical and pass. But yeah. So I suppose that is that. And that concludes the video. So, yeah, those were my BPL team of the season predictions. If you think that I was wrong in any way, you think that I could have done it a bit better, tell me in the comments below. Also, quickly, I got a pop filter for my mic, which basically when I say P's and B's, I don't blow into the mic and make it all crackly and stuff. And the sound quality is just generally quite a lot better. But, yeah, if you disagree with any of my ratings or anything, post it in the comments below. And if you're wondering about the GFX, that was actually made by me. So if you're like a YouTuber, you need a thumbnail, just comment in the description. I'll be more than happy to help you. I'll ask on my Skype and I'll leave it and we can discuss whatever. So, yeah, I've been explaining fantastic. I've completely lost my train of thought. Other than it plays, you've been fantastic. If you have enjoyed it, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. And yeah, I'm signing out. See ya.